Hi everyone. Right, I've got this paper here and I need to make a paper dress. Now you have seen me make them before, but I just thought I will come along and share this with you again because we've got a lot of newbies constantly. Just gonna close the doors. My grandson's here and he's listening to the TV and it's a little bit loud for me. I need this side, and although it's a shame to waste these, I actually need that side as well, because this is for a project that I'm going to do that I will share with you. And I'm trying desperately not to have the camera shaking. It is hard, I have to admit. But what I'm going to do is immediately just cut this paper how I need it. Oh no, I can't have the camera shaking like that. I hope I've solved it. Probably not. I will go as easy as possible to help the situation. So, like I say, I'm just going to cut this. And I haven't got my cutter with me. I don't know what I've done with it. I'm packing stuff away. Finding a place for it in this room for everything. And it's a little bit hard sometimes. But hey ho. So, I'm just going to chop this, because we don't need that either. I love doing these dresses, absolutely love doing them. Am I on? Yes, we're recording. So, just going to cut this one. Doesn't have to be perfect on this section. That's all. We're just going to chop this one as well. Like I say, it is a shame, but I know I'm never going to use that. Now this is a layered skirt, layered dress, and I'm going to be doing, I think, now, you know Gone with the Wind, how they had them all billowing like that? Well, we're going to have one of those, I think. Are we? Yes. So first of all, I need the lighter one on the bottom. So this has to be in full. So that's that one. Then I'm going to do one of these, which is slightly smaller. And I think what I'm going to do is, let me just measure these. This is how I'm going to layer it. I'm going to do it there. So I don't need that section on. Like that. And like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to get rid of this small piece that I chop off. And I don't mean that one. We need that. So we're going to have that there. I'm going to turn that around actually. I'm going to have it there. Then I'm going to need this one again. Oh, sorry, not that one. Come on, Fee. This one, and I think we're going to take that, I'm going to put that one to there, this one to here. So again, I have to bring that down, not quite the same, like that. These are just quick, easy card embellishments. They make fantastic cards. So we're going to have that. And then I'm going to go back to this one. And we're going to use this for the main dress as well. So I'm just going to take off, let's have a look. We need that one there. I'm just going to take off 3" of this. And you will see as it's gathered in, I won't need as much for the length anyway, you know, for the width. That's going to be the main dress. So like I say, we've got that. Perfect. Perfect for what I need. And then I'm going to layer it again there. I'm going to go down a bit and we'll do it there. Okay, so I can now cut that off. And I'm just going to follow that line. Now you're going to need some water. So if I tell you the measurements of what I've got, okay, it's just easier. Right, I've cut one at 6 inches. The next one is at 4.5 inches. The next one, which is this one, is at 3 inches. And the last one, again, is about 2.5. And then oh, we're doing that piece out. Whoa. No, that one, that's right. That one. We'll get that right. Piece for the dress, and I'm also going to use some of this. Now what I'm going to do for the dress is I'm just going to fold that piece in half, like that. Now you can draw it if you don't feel comfortable enough. I'm going to cut this down. That's more like what I want. See? I don't need that piece. That's fine. That's more like what I want. Yeah, I'm just going to cut this one a little bit more. Give a bit more definition of an arm. That's more like it. And because we've done that one, I'm also going to put in a creased panel. So, I'm going to cut this neck out a bit more actually. Like that. Just give it a bit of a dip. There's perfect. So, I'm going to have that. And then I think I'm going to have a ruffled panel down the middle. And all I need for that is this. So, let's measure this from there to there. Yeah, we're going to do that. You'll see what I mean. So put any extra bits to one side, never throw them away because they'll come in handy. Just going to trim this one down. Take my water. That's going to stay as it is, just to put the shape back in it. This one I'm going to wet. I'm going to put that to one side. Move this here. I'm going to wet each piece. Like this. Let's just do this big one. Move that to one side. You do have to give the paper time to soak. Just going to do this one, do that one again. So we've got all our layers, a little bit more water. This is where the fun begins. So you take a piece, right? And then I'm just going to, which way are we having it? It doesn't matter. I'm just going to do this. And what you do is you just crease like that. They're what I call really bad creases because it doesn't have to be perfect, right? And then we're going to do this, do that and do that. And there we are. We've got a nice creased paper. Okay, so leave that there. And we do the same thing with all the other. See? Really bad creases, but fun. And then what we're going to do is to turn this into a skirt. So now what we need to do is to dry that off. Now I'm not sure if you can see this, but when you're drying, you can actually see the fibre. Well, not so much you can see the fibres, but the fibres pull back together because they start to shrink. Watch the movement of this. See? See the movement of it? See how it's pulling it in? It's shrinking the fibres. So that's that one. Let's just show you this one. And then this one. Doesn't take long to dry them. Okay, I think we're there. Right, so I'm just going to remove this, put this back, make sure my glue gun's on. Yeah, are we on? Yeah, make sure it's plugged in, switched on. Now what I need to do is take the top section. I'm just going to use a piece of card to work on. Oh god, I've got the other one. Let me just get the blue one. It's not a purple one. It's not bright, as bright. Okay, so I'm going to take this section, and then what I'm going to do is pull in. Just bend these back into shape. And I'm going to pull in that, okay, and shape the top. So this is where it's a little bit tricky. Actually, it's not. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. Pop the from that corner to that corner, we're going to pop that on there like that, okay? And it doesn't matter about this section because that's too long anyway, and the skirt's going onto that. But what we do need to do is to flatten that down as much as we can, and then we just glue that in. Glue that in, doesn't matter about that. We do need that section flat. And then what we do is we turn that around and we trim that. See, like that. Like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about this section, you're not going to see it. So now we need to make the skirt itself. So this is the piece we had. Just going to give it another. What happens is the water helps shape the paper to keep it in shape. Okay, instead of just doing that, that would eventually come undone. But the water and then shrinking the paper fibres helps it. Now I'm not sure, but yes. Yeah, we've got a long enough one. What I'm going to have to do now is to just turn this in half. Like so. And just cut that. I need it wider. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is to pop that on there and just glue that in there. Okay, so go back, do this, screw it all up. Okay. Don't want too big a one things in it. Okay, yep, that's going to do what I need. Now, just for now, what I'm going to do is to put in a little bit of a aid to help, and that is I'm going to glue that section and glue that section, and I'm going to glue them down. That's all I'm going to do. You don't need to do any more than that. Then we've got this, haven't we, which is going to go on top of that. So we do the same again. Okay. Okay, go back to doing this. Attach that to this section. Okay, continue doing that. Just give it a really good crease. Okay, and again that has to go on top of that. So what I'm going to do for this bit is attach that section to that one there. Just, it's fine like that. You have to keep the gather. So you can see this, I've glued that. I'm going to turn that upside down. There. It's fine. And then we need this section. We just cut right up the middle. Okay, glue these together. Not quite the same width, doesn't matter, we're going to cover that. Okay, but we've got this section again. Take this one, I'm going to cut the end off there. Again, hold this here. That needs to be a little bit shorter. Pop that onto that section. That's fine. Quite happy with that. Clear up as you go along. We're going to take this section. Again, glue that onto there. Screw this all up again to get it tight again. Take that bit. And then we're going to put that onto there. And take this section onto that one there. Okay. Now we're going to turn this around. And we start at the bottom. Okay. And all you're going to do is you pop little dabs of glue onto the peaks. Just onto the peaks. And just lay that down. That's onto your first layer. So you've still got, you know, this section right now. We now have to just undo a little bit. Just take it off of there. Okay. And this section. And you have to bring this in. So what you do is you bring that in like that. And you, again, just on the peaks, bring it in and put that on the peaks there. Okay, now we might have to undo this one as well, because you get, see, you've got the concertina, but you need to bring this section in. So again, just going to make sure my glue gun's working. Just pop it onto the peaks, push in and press down. Like that, okay? And then this section, you do exactly the same. I'm just going to change my glue stick. Only because I've got the wrong ones in and they're very, very hard to work with, to be honest. Don't forget, don't put it down, the glue too far down the paper. Now what we're going to do is drop that down, bring that in, just like that. Okay. Take this off, and you're halfway to getting your skirt. Don't worry about this, because you can cut this if it's not quite the shape you want it. Mine's gone a bit skew-iffy for me. But then again, we added two together, didn't we? And one was bigger than the other. So that's why. Okay, so I'm just going to clip that. Turn this over. And now what you do is, in these, all the creases, so not the peaks, in the creases. Okay, make sure that this is... And then what we do is we bring this together. It is tricky, don't burn yourself, because that's the problem people have. Okay, don't worry about it. You see any of that where that's not connected, just connect it in. Bring it together. Okay. And what we do is you cut this. And you glue anything down that's not quite right. Like that bit there. We shape the bodice, the skirt section. It is a little bit tricky, but when you do it, but if you want to figure out a better way to doing it, then go ahead. I love doing it like this. It allows me to play more, sort of thing. Okay, now what I'm going to do is It's just like making a fan, to be honest. I'm going to control this side because that looked flat. Pinning that in there and then cut that excess off. Take your skirt, your top. I'm going to have mine about there. Oh, my glue. Come on. You need to glue all of the bottom section. And then you need to pop that on. So hold that in position. Like so. And then with these sections, you just have to fit them in. Oops, sorry. You do have to just fit them in onto the skirt there. Okay. I can't do with these glue sticks. They drive me mad. I bought them and they've been absolute rubbish. I use me other ones. I did find some that were okay. Like I say, you just pin these in so they're even without getting glued up. And you need to really flatten that skirt piece down like that. Take that off the deck, obviously. See? I think I need to just trim mine a little bit more. Okie dokie, let's have a look at this. Okay. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think I need to sort this out a little bit. Yeah, and I like that. Now you can round this off if you want to. In fact, I might just do that actually. Just to give it a little bit of definition. Like that. I'm quite happy with that. You leave enough of a gap here underneath. I'm just going to pull this in. You know. That's not pulling in enough for me. There, that's it. That's done it. Like I say, that's fine. I'm quite happy with that. I like that. Let me just see. Why am I... Looks a little bit lopsided. This is the thing with paper. You can play around until you get it right. And I think I've got this about right. Like I say, you can just keep squeezing and pulling it apart and whatever. Now, with this section here, I'm just going to put a little bit of decoration on it. And for that, I'm going to need a little bit of chain. Do you know? Yeah. Could have put that on too much. I've got some of these, too thin. Yeah, we can use a bit of this. I've got a little bit of rope, like a plaited rope, which I actually like. So what I'm going to do is to, oops, pop some of this. Sorry if you can't see, you will be able to. Just as a added decoration. Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to trim that off on this side and glue that in there. Like that. Do the same on this side. Like that. On there. I'm also going to put a little bit, sorry, around the waist. Now I have to try and flatten this out. So what I'm going to do is to bring this to the back as well, just to hold that in. Cut that section. Again, do this side. I don't want it to look too lopsided or anything like that. Pop that back. On there like that. Pop that away. And just have a look, see what I've got that's pretty to go on here. See, I love that, but it's too big, isn't it? Let me just see something pretty. We could do that. Actually, I love that. Love it. I'm going to find one a little bit smaller than that. Go for it, Fiona. You're always telling people. I'm just going to pin that down as well. Oh, I love that. Yeah. So, just from using a little bit of paper, imagination, and creating something you can use on a project, on a card, or anything. And I love it. And I may just undo some of these fibres, because I do, although it's elegant looking, I want it shabby. But it might not work. I want like a tassel end. Like a shabby look. Like that. So what I'm going to do is just to glue this down a little bit there, just so it stays basically on the dress like that. Same with this one, like that. There we go. I hope you like that. They are very simple and very easy to make, and let me just see. I don't want to overdo it because I don't like to overdo. No, it's too much. Way too much. Let me just see. No. I might just have a little rose. Yeah, that I can do that. Just a little rose in the neck of the dress. Neck, whatever it's called. And I hope you like that. Quick and easy. Use it on a card, on a project, whatever you want to use it on. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Speak to you all soon. Bye bye for now.